Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel if you've been here already. So for today's reading, I'm just going to channel whatever messages come through and see what the universe has for us. Okay, I would like to begin this reading through an introspection card. Um, because I feel that with the Mercury retrograde shadow on us, it's important. We are moving into introspection times now, right? We've done a lot of work, especially in the last month. February, March has been crucial for our transformation, and now it's time for introspection to see what worked out and what could work better or do better, right? Okay, so we have the number 22 card here, which says, "Shade burns me and also feels too cool. Beyond the shade and sunlight is the beauty of my true guru. I am within my guru. I do not belong here." Um, well, that's an interesting card. I guess I will have to read and find out what it means, right, from the guidebook. Number 22. In the routine of daily life, I feel the impact of the ups and downs. I long to find solace in the realm of a balanced existence of the middle path. So, the introspection here is, how can I take care of myself when life is a mix of extremes? How can I support others to reestablish and sustain equanimity? So, I believe this is about 22. 22 is also, I just suddenly remembered Catch 22, right? A situation where it's two ends of a spectrum and you're here, or you're just swinging between the two, and or you have multiple paths open for you, which is usually two different paths. But I guess the universe at this time is encouraging you to take the middle path, okay? Whatever it is, come back to your center, find harmony, and to a certain extent, yes, you need balance for harmony. Okay. You have the secondary of wisdom, grounding, and divine talents. All right. Let's see, what does the secondary of wisdom? The secondary of wisdom is also card number 2. Every time I take out these cards, it falls down. Okay, for a lot of you, I'm getting this message that you might be holding on to things too strongly, all right? You might be holding on to a certain image, you might be holding on to a certain idea of how things should work out in your life, a certain plan. Here's the thing, you gotta just do the work and release the outcome, okay? Let the outcome take the shape it wants. You just gotta do the work. And here I'm getting a feeling that some of you might be holding on too tightly to an outcome, okay, which is uncomfortable. It cannot be comfortable for too long. So The second ray of wisdom is, I really feel like it's telling you to tap into your higher power, right? Your better knowing, because I'm also seeing something else here. Right. So this is about your freedom. Whoever this is resonating with, I do see that this is about freedom, or you want to see, here's the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and then there is the freedom. And the thing about these swallow, the birds, right, is they are very independent. They are independent creatures. They like to go solo, they like to be solo, but they are very much a part of the community. When they find food, they call upon their community so that they can come and feed. They can all eat together, right? So freedom of individuality does not mean that you have to you're not a part of a community, right? Or that you have to do everything on your own. Right. So I do feel that you have to, for I don't know who this is for, but for some of you, the message here is, you know, if you want freedom, right, and if that's what you're working towards and that's your ultimate goal, maybe it's time to revisit or introspect on where you possibly have gotten a mixed up idea of freedom, or where you have misunderstood freedom, and where you're not allowing yourself freedom. Okay, that is coming in very strongly, because there is the Six of Swords in reverse with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is telling me that you might be going into very turbulent phases, right? And you're taking the hard path because you're used to doing that. You are used to taking all the burden, bearing the weight of the world, or something like that, you know, and closing yourself off to working, to collaborating, right? Working with community, working with people, and this has got to do with freedom. And the second ray of wisdom coming here is giving me a feeling that some of you have really misunderstood the idea or the concept of freedom, you know, or you are coming in the way of your own freedom. I can sense that, right? Because you have placed limitations on yourself, that this is how it has to be, or this is how it can be, and there is no other way to do it. But that's not entirely true. You know, there are so many other ways to do things. There are so many other opportunities. It's just you are stuck holding on too tightly to a certain outcome, or how you want an outcome to look like, right? So which is what I'm seeing here. Then you have grounding and divine talents. Grounding has been coming up almost in all the readings that I've been doing lately, and I feel that's the collective energy. That's the collective call to ground ourselves, because there is a lot going on in the world. The planets are moving, and there's a whole lot of shit happening there. So when there is so much going on, the climate, right? The weather is changing constantly. Climate change is a thing, and we cannot say or claim that it does not affect us. We are the same as the weather. Our moods and how we shift and everything is similar to the weather, right? And so when there are so many shifts happening, so many changes taking place, it's very, very important that you ground yourself. You ground yourself in your own knowing, because if you don't ground yourself, you are going to be you're going to get carried away by all sorts of things. You're going to be carried away by the water, you're going to be carried away by the wind, you're going to be carried away by I don't know what, right? But you're just going to get carried away, and you don't want that to happen, because if you get carried away, then it creates more stress and feeling lost again. I don't know what it is, but there is a tendency, and then you're working hard, you're doing doing things in a hard way. You don't want that to happen, so ground yourself, really. Let your path, let your purpose, let what you really, really want take root in you, because only when it takes root in you, you can find clarity, okay? I'll try and give an example here, maybe, if I can think of one. Well, I wanted to get my own space, have my own space, and it was something that I was really, really wanting for myself. And well, I knew that I had to make a certain amount of money to have the lifestyle that I was looking at for my own self. And at the same time, there were certain things that I wanted to do, learn shamanism, learn yoga, and do a few things. So and I was trying to rush the other things, because I felt that okay, I need to get somewhere with this, and I just gotta work hard and do this so that I can have my own space and just do the things that I like to do while having the money for it, right? And while it made sense to me before, as I started grounding myself in my own practices, I realized that these are things that I cannot rush, and I don't need to rush it, and I don't like rushing it. It really feels like I'm going against the tide, right? And then I sat down and I thought about what is making me rush, what is making me hurry. And I realized it was because I was so tied to the outcome, and I was also not very clear, right? for me to have the lifestyle that I want, to make the money that I want. There are a million things that I can do to make that money, and it doesn't necessarily have to be through what I'm learning, right? And well, it took a while for me to actually reach there, right? Understand that and get to a place where I'm like, okay, so I'm just going to do this to get money that I want to get, and I'm going to continue doing this because this is what I really enjoy and want to keep doing. And the more I ground myself in my practices and commit to my own journey, the shamanic journey, things are just getting easier for me, right? Things are getting more clearer for me. So it's that thing, the more you take root, you know, as above so below, as below so above, right? um, as below so above, yeah. So when something takes root, you remember you are a seed, right? Every thought, every dream that you have is a seed, and when that seed is planted to the ground, it's discomforting, and but you have to let it take root, you know. You have to ground yourself, and once it starts taking root, that's when you will be able to come up, right? And really like shoot up there and bloom. Like in this card, this woman is um, look at her, right? There is a flower that is blooming. I don't know if you can see it clearly. So then you have because when you're grounded, you can see opportunities, right? um, and that's a very important thing. When you're not grounded, when you're everywhere, you can't see opportunities clearly because you don't know what it can do for you. You're not looking because you got to be solid within yourself. You got to be solid in what you want, you know, and uh, where you're headed, you know. And if your purpose is clear, then you can um, you can find a lot of opportunities, right? You will be able to recognize those opportunities. And look at this, the opportunity card also has the moon card over here, and these are literally the same illustration, right? So the forest, and also tap into your intuition. The reason why you also need grounding is so that you can tap into your intuition. Oh, there is a cat here. Wonderful. I want to feed that cat. Well, I've been trying to befriend the cats here so that I have some cat company, cat energy around me. Well, where was I? I was talking about opportunities. So you need to be grounded in order to recognize the opportunities around you so that you can take it and go run with it, right? You also have the divine talents, and that is with that you have the flexibility card. So it's important as you go forward in your journey to be flexible, right? Be flexible to all sorts of changes. I mean, you are, when you know your destination, you gotta be okay with taking different routes, right? You decide to go on a certain freeway, and then you head out and realize that there is some construction going on, and you can't take that freeway, so you take another route, you know. But that's the thing about flexibility. You can't stand there and be like, no, this is the route that I want to take, or this is how I want to go. You can't do that, right? You have to be open to be flexible, to maneuver and navigate your path, right? And you have enough um, what do you say, skill and understanding within you to do that, whoever this is, trust yourself, trust yourself, trust your intuition. This is a great, what do you say, I do feel like this is a time of um, you flying out of your cocoon, and okay, so we have the Six of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Swords, Death, and the Four of Cups in reversed. Okay, this is also something that came up in last reading, the last collective reading that I did, and I think this is following, the energy is following. Remember to give to your inner child, right? Remember to connect with yourself, with your heart, and really find out what is it that you want, or what is it that you're looking for. Um, Trust your intuition, tap into your intuition, because it knows better. This is a lady who is standing there and thinking that she's captured and caged, lack of freedom, right? She perceives, or rather she's not perceiving that she's free. She's in fact free to just take off the blinds and walk off, and she's not caged by these swords or imprisoned by these swords. But that's the mental energy here, right? And this is the Six of Swords in reverse is also giving me the feeling that a lot of you might be putting yourself in mental prisons, addicted to swinging from one extreme to the other. So be careful about that. And there is a Death card. This is going to become a very normal thing in the readings, because there are huge transformations happening for us as a collective, on an individual level. And I also see that you are leaning more into the Aquarian energy, and I think that's something that we all have to do at some point, which is learn how to receive. We have been in a place of not knowing how to give, not knowing how to receive, and it's created a whole lot of imbalance within us. We don't know how much to give and how much to take within ourselves, right? These energies, it's imbalanced. So it's a time for us to come back into balance and understand what this is. I'm going to take a few more cards as advice from the universe and see what comes up. Any advice? King of Swords. Try to calm your mind. This is King of Swords is giving me a sense that it's time for you to put your mind to rest. Okay, everything that is, I think the mind likes to play a whole lot of games. It tells you so many different things, doesn't care if it's true or not. So what I'm getting here is, well, hello. The crows are here. For what? Okay, well, coming back to your reading. Yes, I don't know what they want, but they want something. Can I get back to my reading? Well, it's interesting. So the King of Swords is telling you to clear your mental space, declutter your mental space, Don't be too harsh on yourself, have a lot of compassion. And that is something that you can only do when you come down to your heart, not be in your mind. So be mindful that your mind is not taking you for a ride during this time, because we are also in a Mercury retrograde shadow period, which means that it's time for us to revisit our past once again. And this is going to be October, November of last year. That's the period that we are collectively going to be pushed to visit. So when this is happening, make sure that you don't get fall into the same traps and fall into the same patterns again. Be really um, aware of where you are at currently, and just go back to take the lessons that you need to learn, and be clear. Okay, be compassionate and be loving towards your own self, and that will help you show up better for other people, right? Or show up better in the world. You also have the World card, the Empress, the Page of Wands. I feel that yeah, this is the ending of an old cycle, and it's time for you to look at abundance, right? Define what abundance is, understand what abundance is for you. You got to start defining things for yourself, right? That's the collective energy here. It's time to let go of your fears. It's time to let go of insecurities, doubt, uh, self, stop questioning your self-worth, stop torturing yourself. It The time for self-torture is over. You don't have to learn everything the hard way. You can take the easy path, and you can rely on your community while holding on to your individuality, right? We are not in the old times anymore. We are not in the old um, Capricorn Pisces energy anymore. We are in the Aquarian energy, and things have shifted. You are shifting constantly, the collective is shifting, and the advice is to embrace yourself. you know be really honest, be really truthful. What is meant for you will not miss you. Okay. And yeah, really be easy on yourself. This is I really feel that a lot of you at this point need to be really compassionate towards your own self. Show yourself a lot of love, and not judge yourself. Okay. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do. I would really appreciate it. And this is a general reading, of course, so a lot of mixed messages. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, if any of the messages resonated with you and you want to go deeper into it, to find out what messages you have for what messages the universe has for you particularly, then you can book a reading through my website www.shibanadar.com. I will put all the links in the description box below so that you can connect with me wherever you want, whenever you feel it's convenient for you. Okay. All right. I will see you again. Bye.